name is Miss Misspelt, and I am the theater teacher here at Fremont High School. We have 3 different classes of theater that people can take. We've got beginning drama, which is sort of introduction to acting and theater history. Some of you I see are already taking beginning drama this year. Then we have stagecraft, which is our backstage, costumes, lights, sound, set design, props, all of the technical elements other than the acting. Everything that the actors are wearing, everything they're holding, everything you see in front of you was designed, created, put together by our technical team. And then we've got advanced drama. Advanced drama is our production class. So these are the students you are going to see performing in front of you today. Advanced drama is going to be presenting a 30-minute cutting of Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet. How many of you have had some experience and exposure to Romeo and Juliet? Excellent. Good. What we've done is we've taken the original show, which was about 2 hours long, and we've cut it down to about 30 minutes. We've kept the fight scenes and the stabbings and the poisonings and the secret marriages and all of the fun stuff and cut some of the longer monologues and the bits that don't move the plot forward. Yeah? So you're going to recognize some of these scenes, and if your favorite scene got cut, I apologize, it was the interest of time. As you are watching, pay attention to, well, just about everything. Enjoy it, have a good time, and without further ado, Advanced Drama presents William Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet.
Two households. Both alike in dignity. In fair Verona, where we lay our scene. From ancient grudge break to new mutiny, where civil blood makes civil hands unclean. From forth the fatal loins of these two foes, a pair of star-crossed lovers take their life. With misadventure, piteous overthrows, do, with their death, bury their parents' strife. The fearful passage of their death-marked love, and the continuance of their parents' rage, which, but their children's end, naught could remove, is now the 2 hours' traffic of our stage. The which of you, with patient ears, will attend, what here shall miss, our toil shall strive to mend.
I will take the wall of any man or maid of the Montagues.
The quarrels between our masters and us, their men.
When I have fought with the men, I will be cruel with the maids and cut off their heads.
Heads of the maids?
Aye, the heads of the maids, or their maiden heads.
Draw thy tool. Here comes 2 of the house of the Montagues.
I will bite my thumb at them, which is a disgrace to them if they bear it.
Do you bite your thumb at us, sir?
I do bite my thumb, sir.
Do you bite your thumb at us, sir?
Is the law on our side if I say aye?
No.
No, sir. I do not bite my thumb at you, sir, but I bite my thumb, sir.
You quarrel, sir.
Quarrel, sir? No, sir.
Drive you be men. Goodly, remember thy washing blood. Oh.
Hurt, fools! Put up thy swords, you know not what you do.
What? Art thou drunk amongst these heartless hinds? Turn thee, Benvolio. Look upon thy death.
I do but keep the peace. Put up thy sword, or use it to part these men with me.
What? Drawn and talk of peace? I hate the word, as I hate hell, Montagues, and thee. Have at thee, coward!
Corrupt bills and partisans, strike! Beat them down! Down with the Capulets! Down with the Montagues!
What noise is this? Give me my longsword home!
I call you for a sword!
My sword, I say. Old Montague has come, and flourishes his blade in spite of me.
Thou villain Capulet! Hold me not, let me go! Thou shalt not stir a foot to seek a foe!
Rebellious subjects, enemies to the peace. What
hoe, you men, you beasts, on pain of death from those bloody hands, throw your mistempered weapons to the ground and hear the sentence of your moved prince. 3 civil brawls, bred of an airy word, by the old Capulet and Montague, have thrice disturbed the quiet of our streets. If you ever disturb our streets again, your lives shall pay the forfeit of the peace. On pain of death, all men depart.
Who set this ancient quarrel to approach? Speak. Nephew, were you by when it began? The fiery Tybalt, with his sword prepared, he swung about his head and cut the winds, while we were interchanging thrusts and blows until the prince came, who parted either part.
Where's Romeo? Saw you him today? Right glad I am he was not at this fray.
Madam, an hour before the warship's sun peered forth the golden window of the east. Underneath the grove of sycamore, so early walking, did I see your son. Many a morning hath he there been seen, with tears augmenting the fresh morning dew, adding to clouds, more clouds with his deep sighs. Could we but know from whence his sorrows grow, we would willingly give cure, if no. See where he comes, so please you, step aside. I'll know his grievance or be much denied. Come, madam, let's away. Good morrow, cousin.
Is the day so young?
The news struck 9.
Ay me, sad hours seem long.
And what sadness lengthens Romeo's hours?
Not having that, which having makes him short.
In love?
Out.
Of love?
Out of her favor, where I am in love. Love is a smoke raised by the fumes of sighs, being purged, a fire sparkling in lovers' eyes. What is it else? A madness most discreet? In sadness, cousin, I do love a woman.
I am so near what I supposed you loved.
A right good mark, man, and she's fair, I love.
Then she hath sworn she will live chaste?
She hath, and in that spirit makes huge waste. She hath forsworn to love, and in that vow do I live dead and live to tell it now?
Be ruled by me, forget to think of her.
Oh, teach me how I should forget to think.
And giving liberty unto thine eyes, examine other beauties.
He that is struck and blind cannot forget to think, his eyesight lost. Farewell, thou canst teach me to forget.
I'll pay that doctrine or else die in debt.
Romeo and a group of Montague friends crash a party at the Capulets. Romeo and Juliet, a Capulet, see each other for the first time and fall in love, discovering afterwards that they are from enemy families. Romeo climbs a wall and enters the Capulet's garden. Love is blind.
He jest that scars have never felt a wound. But soft, what light through yonder window breaks? It is the east, and Juliet is the sun. Arise, fair sun, and kill the envious moon, who is already sick and pale with grief, that thou her made far more fair than she. It is my lady, oh, it is my love. Oh, that she knew she were.
O Romeo, Romeo, wherefore art thou Romeo? Deny thy father and refuse thy name, or, if thou wilt not be, but sworn my love, thou no longer be a Capulet.
Shall I hear more? Shall I speak at this?
'Tis but thy name that is my enemy. Thou art thyself, though not Montague. What's Montague? It is neither hand, nor foot, nor arm, nor face, nor any other part belonging to man. Oh, be some other name. What's in a name? That which we call a rose by any other name would smell as sweet. So Romeo would, were he not Romeo called, retain the dear perfection for which he owes, without the title. Romeo, doth thy name, and for that name which is no part of thee, take all myself.
I take thee at thy word. Call me beloved, and I'll be new baptized henceforth. I'll never be Romeo.
How camest thou hither? Tell me, and wherefore? These orchard walls are high and hard to climb, and the place death, considering who thou art. If any of my kinsmen find thee here, if they do see thee, they will murder thee.
Alack, there lies more pearl in thine eye than 20 of their swords.
I would not for the world they saw thee here.
My life were better ended by their hate than death prorogued, wanting of thy love.
Thou knowest the mask of night is on my face, else would a maiden's blush but paint my cheek. for that which thou hast heard me speak tonight. O gentle Romeo, if thou doth love, pronounce it faithfully. Or, if thou think'st that you quickly won, I'll be perverse and say thee nay.
But lady, by yonder to the moon I swear that all these silver fruit treetops...
We'll swear not by the moon, the inconstant moon whose monthly changes in her circled orb, lest thy love prove likewise variable.
What shall I swear by?
Well, do not swear. Although I joy in thee, I have no joy in this contract tonight. It is too rash, too unadvised, too sudden. In spite of love, thy summer's ripening breath may prove a beauteous flower by next we'll meet.
Oh, wilt thou leave me unsatisfied?
What satisfaction canst thou have tonight?
The exchange of thy faithful vows for mine.
Lady Juliet?
I hear some noise within. Dear love, adieu. Anon, good nurse. 3 words, dear Romeo, and good night indeed. If thy bent of love be honorable, thy purpose marriage, send word tomorrow. And all fortunes at thy feet I'll lay, and follow thee, my lord, throughout the world.
So thrive my soul.
1,000 times good night. Good night. Good night. Parting is such sweet sorrow that we shall say good night till it be morrow.
Sleep dwell upon thine eyes, peace in thy breast, where I sleep and peace so sweet to rest.
I pray thee, good Mercutio, let's retire. The day is hot, the Capulets abroad, and if we meet, we shall not escape a brawl. By my head, here come the Capulets.
By my heel, I care not.
Gentlemen, good day. A word with one of you.
And but one word with one of us, couple it with something, make it a word and a blow.
You find me apt enough for that. Sir, you will give me the occasion. Thou consort with Romeo.
Consort? Would thou make us minstrels? Zounds, consort.
We talk here in the public haunt of men. Either withdraw unto some private place, or else depart. Here all eyes gaze on us.
I will not blush for no man's pleasure, I.
Well, peace be with you, sir. Here comes my man, Romeo. The hate I bear thee cannot afford. No better term than this. Thou art the villain.
Tybalt, the reason I have to love thee doth much excuse the appertaining rage of such greeting. Villain I am none. Therefore farewell. Thou knowest me not.
Boy, this shall not excuse the injuries thou hast done with me. Therefore, turn and draw.
I do protest. I never injured thee, but love that thou canst devise.
Calm, dishonorable, vile submission! Tybalt, you rat catcher, will you walk?
What would thou have with me?
Good king of cats, nothing but one of your 9 lives.
I am for you.
Gentle Mercutio, put thy rapier up.
Come, sir, your pasado.
Gentlemen, for shame, forbear this outrage. Hold Tybalt, good Mercutio.
I'm hurt. The plague of both your houses. I'm sped. Is he gone and half nothing?
What, art thou hurt?
Aye. A scratch. Mary, 'tis enough.
Courage, man, the hurt can't be much.
Why the devil came you between us? Was hurt under your arm. Help me to some house, Bergoglio, or I shall faint. A plague on both your houses.
Oh, Romeo, great Mercutio's dead.
Tybalt! Alive in triumph and Mercutio slain. Now, Tybalt, take the villain back again for Mercutio's soul, who is but above our heads, that thou, or I, or both, must join him.
Romeo, stand not amazed. The prince will doom thee death if thou art captured.
Oh, I'm a fortune's fool.
Where are the vile beginners of this fray?
Prince, as thou art true, for blood, our shed blood of Montague.
Benvolio, Who began this bloody fray?
Tybalt, here slain, whom Romeo's hand did slay.
I beg for justice, which thou, prince, must give. Romeo slew Tybalt. Romeo must not live.
Romeo slew him. He slew Mercutio, who now the price of his dear blood doth owe.
Not Romeo, for he was Mercutio's friend. His fault concludes but what the law should end, the life of Tybalt.
And for that offense, immediately we do exile him hence.
Fair Lawrence secretly marries Romeo and Juliet, but their joy does not last as long. Romeo tries to break up a fight. Juliet's cousin, Tybalt, kills Mercutio, and in revenge, Romeo kills Tybalt. And the prince vanishes him from Verona. Romeo and Juliet spend their wedding night together, but their joy does not last as long.
Wilt thou be gone? It is not yet near day. Was the nightingale not the lark that pierced the fearful hollow of thine ear?
It was the lark, the herald of the morn. I must be gone and live, or stay and die.
Hie hence, be gone, away. It was the lark that sings so out of tune. More light and light it grows.
More light and light, more dark and dark, our woes.
Lady Juliet!
Madam?
Your lady mother is headed to the chamber. The day is broke. Be wary, look about.
Then window, let day in and life out.
Farewell, farewell, one kiss, and I'll descend.
Oh God! I have an ill-dividing soul. Methinks I see thee now, thou art below. As one dead in the bottom of a tomb, either my eyesight fails or thou look'st pale.
And trust me, love, in my eyes so do you. Dried sorrow drinks our blood. Adieu, adieu.
Oh, fortune, fortune, all men call thee fickle. Be fickle, fortune. For then, thou wilt not keep him long, but send him back.
Oh, daughter, are you up?
Who is that calls? Is it my lady mother?
Why, how now, Juliet?
Madam, I am not well.
Evermore weeping for your cousin's death? What, will thou wash him from his grave with tears? Oh, then now I'll tell thee a joyful tidings, girl. Next Thursday morn, the gallant, young and noble gentleman, the county Paris at St. Peter's Church, shall happily make me there a joyful bride.
He shall not make me there a joyful bride. I will not marry yet, and when I do, I swear, it shall be Romeo, whom you know I hate rather than Paris.
Here comes your father. Tell him so yourself.
How now? What? A conduit? Still in tears? How now, wife? Have you delivered to her a decree?
Aye, sir, but she will none. She gives you thanks. I with the fool will marry to her grave.
How? Does she not give us thanks? Worthy as she is, that we have wrought so worthy a gentleman to be her bridegroom.
Proud can I never be of what I hate.
What is this? Fettle your fine joints against Thursday next, to go with Paris to St. Peter's Church, where I will drag thee on a hurdle thither. Out, you grain sickness carrion! Out, you baggage, you tallow face!
Good father, I beseech you on my knees, hear me with patience, but to speak a word.
Hang the young baggage, disobedient wretch! I tell thee what, get thee to church o' Thursday, or never after look me in the face. Speak not, reply not, do not answer me. My fingers itch. Ah, God's bread, it makes me mad. Day, night, hour, work, tide, time, play, alone in company. Still my care thought to have her matched, and having now provided a gentleman of noble parentage to have a wretched puling fool, answer I'll not wed, and graze where you will, you shall not house with me, for by my soul I'll ne'er acknowledge thee.
Is there no pity sitting in the clouds that sees into the bottom of my grief? Oh, sweet, my mother, cast me not away.
Talk not to me, for I'll not speak a word. Do as thou wilt, for I am done with thee.
Oh, nurse, what sayest thou? Hast thou not a word of joy?
Some comfort, nurse. Faith. Here it is. Romeo is banished. I think it best you married with the Countess. Oh, he's a lovely gentleman.
Well, thou hast comforted me marvelous much. Go in and tell my lady mother I am gone, having displeased my father, to Lawrence's cell, to make concession and be absolved.
Marry I will, and this is wisely done.
I'll to the friar to know his remedy. If all else fail, myself have power to die.
Friar Lawrence has given Juliet a potion, so she can appear dead in the morning of her planned wedding to Paris. Juliet's parents has laid her body in the Capulet's tomb. Romeo thinks Juliet has died, and so he buys a poison so he can join her in death. At that same time, Paris visits her tomb.
Sweet flower, with flowers thy bridal bed I strew. Oh woe, thy canopy is dust, and stones, which with sweet water nightly I will dew. Or wanting that, with tears distilled by moans. The boy gives warning, something doth approach. What cursed foot wanders this way tonight, to cross my obsequies and true love's right? What, with a torch? Muffle me, knight, a while.
Why I descend into this bed of death is partially to behold my lady's face. Therefore hence, be gone. But if thou, jealous, dost return to pride, by heavens, I will tear thee joint by joint.
I will be gone, sir, and not trouble you. For all this same, I'll hide me hereabout. His looks I fear, and his intents I doubt.
This is that banished, haughty Montague, and here is come to do some villainous shame to the dead bodies. I will apprehend him. Stop thy unhallowed toil, vile Montague. Obey, and go with me, for thou must die.
I must indeed, and so came I hither. Good gentle youth, tempt not a desperate man. Fly hence and leave me.
I do defy thy conjurations, and apprehend thee for a felon here.
Wouldst thou provoke me? How that be, boy?
Oh, I am slain.
Let me peruse this face. Mercutio's kinsman, noble county Paris. Death, lie thou there, by a dead man interred. Oh, dear Juliet, why art thou yet so fair? Will I set up my everlasting rest, and shake the yoke of inauspicious stars from a world-wearied flesh? Eyes, look your last. Arms, take your last embrace. And lips, O youth, door of breath, sealed with a righteous kiss. A dateless bargain to an engrossing death. Here's to my love. Oh, true apothecary, thy drugs are quick. Thus, with a kiss, I died.
St. Francis be my speed. How often I have my old feet stumbled at graves. Who's there?
Here's one, a friend. And there's my master, one that you love.
Who is it?
Romeo.
Go with me to the vault.
I dare not, sir.
Stay then, I'll go alone. Fear comes upon me. Oh, much I fear some ill unlucky thing. Romeo! Alack, alack, what blood is this? Romeo! Oh, pale? Who else? What, Paris too? And steeped in blood? Ah, what an unkind hour is guilty this lamentable chance. The lady stirs.
Comfortable, friar. Where is my lord? I do remember well where I should be. And there I am. Where is my Romeo?
I hear some noise. Lady, come away. Thy husband in thy bosom there lies dead. I dare no longer stay.
Go! Get thee hence, for I will not away. What's here? A cup clasped in my true love's hand. Poison! I see hath been his timeless end. Oh, churl! Drunk all and left no friendly drop to help me after. I will kiss thy lips. Haply some poison yet doth hang on. Make die, but with the restorative. Thy lips are warm. Ye noise? Then I'll be brief. Oh, happy dagger! This is thy sheath. Their rust, and let me die.
What misadventure is so early up? It calls our person from our morning's rest. The people in the streets cry Romeo, some Juliet, and some Paris, and all run with open outcry towards our monument. What fear is this which startles in our ears? Search, seek, and know how this foul murder comes.
Oh heavens! Oh wife! Look how our daughter bleeds! This dagger hath withstand, and though half empty in the back of Montague. She into my daughter's bosom.
Oh me, the sight of death is as if thou brings my old age yourself.
Come, Montague, thou art early up, to see thy son and heir more early down.
Alas, my liege, my wife is dead tonight. Grief, her son's exile has stopped her breath. What further woe conspires against mine age?
Look, and thou shalt see. Bring forth the parties of suspicion.
I am the greatest, able to do least, and here I stand before you, both to impeach and purge myself condemned, and myself excused.
And say it once without us knowing this.
I will be brief. Romeo, there dead, was husband to that Juliet, and she, there dead, that Romeo's faithful wife. I married them. If aught this miscarried by my fault, let my old life be sacrificed, some hour before its time, unto the rigor of severest law.
We still have known thee for a holy man. Capulet, Montague, see what a scourge is laid upon your hate. Did heaven find me to cover your joys with love? And I, for winking at your discords too, have lost the brace of kinsmen. All are punished.
My brother Montague, give me thy hand. This is my daughter's jointure, for no more can I demand.
A glooming peace this morning, and with it brings the sun for sorrow, will not show his head. Go hence, and have more talk of these sad things, for some shall be pardoned, and some punished. For never there was a story of more woe than this of Juliet and her Romeo.
Does anybody have any questions or want to know anything about the production, some of the technical elements? Are there things that you noticed, things you'd like to learn more about? Don't be shy. Miss Shuitt, start us off.
Yeah, I'm curious, how has being in drama helped you guys in other aspects of your life?
Ooh, good question.
I think for me, being in drama has made it a lot easier for me to do leadership in other classes and other programs. I'm an ASB here too, and I think I wouldn't be able to be as, confident in those roles if I had taken drama.
Similar with Maida, I too have felt more comfortable with trying out new things because of theater. Because it's you're literally putting yourself out there. Sometimes with stuff that you don't feel comfortable with, but you get comfortable with it at some point, and it makes me try new things. I became from the dude who just did theater to now doing so much for this school, which has really been has impacted my life, and it's all because of theater.
In good ways.
In good ways, yes.
Drama has honestly really helped me become a lot more confident, because before all this, I used to be so freaking awkward, you would not believe. I'd be like, hey, how's it going? Okay, bye. And then I honestly wouldn't really know how to talk to people, but then when I went into drama, I was introduced to such a wonderful community, and it really helped bring out the best in me. So yeah, that's kind of how drama helped me in my life. Start clapping.
Yeah, and for me, it's also very similar. I think that I went out of my comfort zone a lot, and that's really helped me to become more confident and more sure of myself. Also with putting on good productions, it makes me feel better about myself. So.
Any other questions from our audience? Anything that you noticed? Any questions of things that you didn't catch on your performance review note taker that you'd like to learn more about? Things that you noticed?
Oh, please, one at a time, guys. Come on.
Oh my god. Internal thought that I shouldn't have said out loud.
Inside voices inside our heads. What props did you notice? Stagecraft, what did you notice? Swords. Can somebody please hold up their sword? And not stab each other while you're doing it. So these are, no, hold them up so they can see them. There we go. These are wooden swords that were actually made by my father. Four of them were actually made when I was a freshman in high school for our scene where we had to act out Romeo and Juliet as part of my English class. For my lit writing class, I played Mercutio and fell in love with Shakespeare. And then 4 more were made new for this production, so we had enough swords for everyone. And they are covered in it's actually an adhesive aluminum tape that's used for fixing HVAC systems, like heaters and AC systems. So we get really creative with making props, but they still sound really good when they hit each other, right? Excellent. What other props did you notice?
Bottle.
The poison glass bottle. Excellent. What other props did you notice, Brianna? The crown. Isn't that crown phenomenal? Technically, that's a costume prop, I would say. Yes. What other props? Ella. The flowers. Yes, Paris brought some flowers. What other props? The bench is a scenic prop because it's the kind that you have to sit on and do things with. Yes. Any other props you noticed? I think we have the box. And I think that's possibly all of our props. What did you notice about the costumes? Did you notice anything? Meredith is Meredith's 3rd time seeing it today. Yes.
The Capulets and Montagues are all magical colors.
Did you notice that? Yeah. Capulets are all in what color? Red. Montagues are all in what color? Blue. Blue. And then our prince and people who are just general citizens, what color were they wearing? Black. Black. Ooh. So it was kind of the costumes can tell you what group they're a part of. Yes? Excellent. Any other questions? Yes. Miss Shuitt.
You guys have talked a little bit last block about how you memorize lines, which is super impressive, I think, to anybody who's never had to try to do that. So what techniques or strategies do you guys use to help you remember? Because I imagine it's kind of different for all of you. So what works for you guys?
We kind of just, we kind of just go over the lines like multiple times a day, maybe about hours, just trying to like figure out like, hey, I was kind of missing this, and then we go over that multiple times, like we go over the line multiple times, maybe even the entire scene, and like just do it in your head, and then that kind of helps us memorize.
I record myself saying them, and then I listen to it while doing my A push.
We also, there's a strategy where you handwrite the notes, handwrite the lines, and then that helps you remember. There's also, you write the letter of the first letter of each word of like your lines, and then you can use that as kind of a hint to remember.
I make like flashcards, and then I put the line before my line on one side and then my line on the other side, so I can read the line before mine and say the line that's after, which is my line. And so it helps me with cues and memorizing my lines.
I like that.
I record all of the lines in the scene that aren't mine and then leave like space for me to say my lines.
So you can practice when you're not with the other humans.
Yeah.
There's also a very popular method of doing it at 3 a.m. at night.
No.
Not a recommended strategy.
Not a recommended strategy.
It helps.
It really does help. I mean, I think we've all done that, but it's not a recommended strategy, I think. Yes, Ms. Lamando.
So is this the full advanced drama class?
This is the whole class.
Okay, so because I was going to ask in terms of casting, so it was just like you work with the students you have, but because I know like in Shakespeare's time, all of the actors were men.
Yes.
And I noticed we have a lot more female actors here, so it was kind of the reverse.
Yes, we cross-gender casting has been happening since Shakespeare's time. They were all men. There were no women allowed on stage until much later. And so we cast whomever we've got, and we work with it, and we ask the students, like, are you comfortable with a cross-gender casted role? We ask them, like, are you comfortable doing a fight scene? Are you comfortable being in a love scene? What's your comfort level? Can somebody talk a little bit about our audition process? Because they do have to audition.
We rock, paper, scissors.
We did not rock, paper, scissors.
It was very competitive.
It was kind of like
yeah, I tried basically So basically what it is, so like there were like multiple like sections or roles. So like there would be like a section where like some characters are fighters and some characters are like lovers and so on, right? So we would all audition and then we would all vote kind of like to see like who really is good at doing this job, you know what I mean? So that's one way we kind of did it.
So instead of auditioning for one specific character, so we wouldn't go up and say, okay, I'm auditioning for Juliet.
Yeah.
It would be basically a genre of like the emotions of that character. So we had, I think, the Peacemakers, and that was like Benvolio stuff. So we had different, we weren't auditioning for one role, we were auditioning for basically a few roles that all fell under the same branch of what acting you do with them.
Yeah, and we also have to fill out some like audition forms before our auditions, just like rating like how many conflicts we'll have and like our, not like availability, but like the things we have going on, other things we have going on in life, and like how comfortable we are with playing like a bigger role, and like our experience, like stuff like that. Basically, that just helps Miss Fell or like your director like decide who gets to eat what role.
And then they all watch everybody else's auditions, so when they see the cast list, they can be like, ah, yes, that person really just killed their audition. It makes sense why they got that role. So there's no like secrets about why people are getting roles and what roles people are getting. And in this case, they were actually auditioning for 2 plays, because in 1 month, we will be doing Hamlet, in 30 minutes as well. So they were getting cast for 2 different shows at the same time. So people who had a smaller role in this show are going to have a larger role in Hamlet. So they're balancing out their lines and roles. It's been a really cool process.
You have to think what suits you kind of in a way.
Yes. And some people choose to go for roles that like expand their acting abilities, something out of their comfort zone so they can grow. Some people say, oh, this is only like my first show, I want to have a smaller role. Some people say, I want to go for a big role, but there is more line memorization, as Romeo and Juliet can attest to, that goes along with that. And we've only been working on this, I think they've had the scripts for about 2 months, and we've been working in our roles for about a month and a half. So they did all of this during 7th block over the last month and a half, which is a really short rehearsal time frame. Normally we try to give them more like 8 to 10 weeks to learn lines and things like that. So this has been a very short turnaround. Can we give everybody one more round of applause for their hard work?